So good morning. If you haven't had a chance to already, please go ahead and invite somebody that you care about. Even if you don't think they'll show up this morning, just then go ahead and invite them in the event that they may join in the future, and they'll already have the link. I'm so excited to be here with you today. If I sound chipper, up and at 'em, ready, like I've been going since the crack of dawn, it's true. That is exactly how I am arriving today. So let me know how you are arriving today. And there is no perfect or only one way to arrive. I just want to know how you are arriving today. I'm arriving chipper and high vibe. How are you arriving today? Put it in the chat, put it in the chat, put it in the chat. I want to see how you are arriving today. Thank you all for being here this morning. I see some OGs. I see some usuals. You know, at church, they ask you, are you a first time attendee, second time attendee, regular attendee, or member? I see some members up in here today, y'all. I see some members. Crystal's coming in mindful and reflective. I love it. I love it. Is that me? I didn't put that up there? Did that gratitude keeps us present? Somebody is showing up in gratitude today. Somebody's showing up in gratitude. So hey, I'm with it today. Somebody is sleepy but happy and content. I love it, Jocelyn. Thanks for being here. Sleepy but happy and content. Hey, that's a good place to arrive. Anybody arriving this morning in a little bit of a funk, in a little bit of a not quite with it today? Is anybody arriving where you just need us to hold a little extra space for you? If that's the case, go ahead and tell us now. I think I can handle it today, y'all. I think I can handle it. So if anybody's showing up, you need a little extra support, you need a virtual hug, you need a just somebody in the community to just be with you. This is the time, this is the place, this is the space, because we don't judge. We just come in and we just bring our best. So yes, but that's why I'm in a mindful and reflective place. Crystal said yes, she's not at the top of the mountain today. That's cool, Crystal. We're here. That's why you're here. And thank you for pressing through to be here today. That is exactly where you're supposed to be. Monica is excited and ready. I am excited and ready for you, and mindful and reflective with you, Crystal. I am I'm not sleepy, but I'm happy and content. Thank you all for coming in today. So let's get into it. We're already a few minutes past our usual start time, but I'll get you done. I think we can get it here together. So this week 10 of the weekly exhale. Y'all, we have made it 10 weeks. Those of you who have been here the entire time, pat yourself on the back. In fact, give yourself a big, warm hug. So here we go. I want us to take a quick breath today. We're going to take just 2 breaths. In and out. You can pick your mouth or your nose. In and out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's do a quick little bridge reflection from week 9. And because before we go forward, I want to come back to something from last week. We talked about environment. Let me see if I can get speaker only here. Let me see if I can change this view to speaker only. Yeah, it's supposed to be on speaker view. Okay, what's the deal? Oh, you know what that means? That means that this version of, I tell you what, hold on, y'all. So usually Hamza is on to help me. Hamza, where are you? Anywho, before we move forward, I wanted to come back to something from last week. We talked about environment. Okay, so we talked about how sometimes we're not stuck, we're just planted in the wrong place. And when we get planted in the wrong place, in fact, last week's topic was the soil matters for those of you that need a refresher. But for those of you who were here and really took that weekly exhale into your week, maybe even into today, I'm curious, did anyone notice anything this week about your environment? Did anybody notice anything this week about your environment, meaning your soil, where you are planted? Did anybody notice any small moments where you felt more like yourself or less like yourself? Were there any awarenesses that surprised you? Were there any awarenesses that surprised you? You can put it in the chat, or you can come off mute if you want to. You can come off mute and just share really quick. Did you notice anything after being aware of your soil and where you're planted and the people around you, the places, the things, the kind of where you are? Did you notice anything? If not, keep noticing, keep noticing. And I
I
promised you
like
all.
to, uh-oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Crystal. Go, 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 go.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dr. Jada. I
No,
apologize.
no, you
Um,
good.
I was just reflective. I'll be vulnerable and share. I'm in the process of adoption, and it's been going on for quite some time now. And what can feel like, sometimes, not all times, what can feel um, uh, like uh, traumatic environment, if you will, or sometimes is going on, can still be growth, right? Like we are
Mm-hmm.
growing through some things together,
Mm-hmm.
and just trying to help her unpack trauma and to be there and to um, cultivate a space of love and nurture. So it's like a duality, if you will, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because some of those triggers may trigger your triggers. You know what I mean? Like, so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can be both. And I just
Mm-hmm.
want to throw that.
That's good. That's rich, y'all. That's rich soil right there. That's rich soil. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? It doesn't have to be a big breakthrough. It can even be a small noticing. Even just noticing, Crystal, is growth. That awareness alone begins to shift things, and that you can be present and aware so that how you manage your triggers affects how she manages hers. That's so good. That's so good. So I love it because once you start noticing your environment, something else naturally comes into focus. So here's what we're doing today. What you're giving your energy to inside of that environment is what will grow. You've heard it before. Energy goes where energy grows. So because even in the right space, in the right soil, what you choose to nurture, it still matters. And that's what we're going to explore together today. So here's the thing. I want you to think about this, not from a place of judgment, just awareness, just awareness. Where has most of my energy been going lately? This is a point where you can get your journal if you are able to. You can jot it down, put it on a sticky note, put it in your phone, as long as you're not driving. If you're driving, just ask yourself, where has most of my energy been going lately? I'm going to pause on that. Not where you want it to go, but where is it actually going? Where is your energy going? Energy means, what are your thoughts fixed on? Where are you putting your time, maybe extra time? What keeps you up at night? What keeps you going throughout the day? What's pulling you down? What's filling you up? Where's your focus? That's how you know. Sometimes we wake up with a dizzy head full of problems, situations, circumstances. We wake up in the morning. I know it happens to me. And we literally have to wake up and settle ourselves from putting energy in places where it's always got us on. We can never be off. So think about that. Where has most of my energy been going lately? Here's another way to look at it: overthinking, worrying, pouring into others, holding everything together, avoiding something that really does need attention. Again, I say because energy is just like water, it flows somewhere, whether you're intentional or not. I'm a waterfall fan. Wherever I go, I've traveled all over the world and hiked to some of the most beautiful waterfalls on the earth. And I still got more to see. And what really marvels me is what's happening at the top of the waterfall, what's happening in the middle of the waterfall, and where all the water just trickles over the rocks at the very bottom, and how the flow never stops. It never stops, it never ends. Now a branch or a stone or something may be in place that changes the direction, but the water is constantly flowing without effort. It's just flowing. Think about that. It's the same way energy goes, and it's neither created or destroyed. It's just transferred. So it flows somewhere, whether we're intentional about it or not. So here's the thing: if you take that example of the waterfall, you're always watering something. We are always watering something. So let's think about that. Every thought, every habit, every place you give your attention, that is what's growing. So if all you thinking about when you wake up and when you go to bed is bills, debt, scarcity, lack, what's missing, what you wish you had, that's when you get into a situation where if it's not one thing, it's another. You can count on it. What you consistently give your energy to is what expands. So what are you watering? Let's bring it back to our growth theme. What are you watering? What are you consistently watering with your energy? Because here's the thing: attention is gonna kind of nourish it. Repetition is gonna, just because we're constantly repeating, rinse, repeat, it's gonna grow it. But y'all, awareness, our our awareness, and you will hear me say this all the time: awareness. We get to choose that, and that is where we find our super growth. It's our super growth. So you can be in the right environment and still unintentionally watering stress and self doubt and distraction and exhaustion, and then wonder why these are the things that feel so big in your life. I have some clients that I work with, they're not comfortable unless they're stressed out. It's the order of the day. I can always count on them. If I say, "How's it going?" Update me. I can guarantee you I'm gonna get the first of what I will hear is everything that's breaking down around them. Is that you? Now don't get me wrong. I invite you here saying that there is nothing to fix and there's nothing broken or wrong. This is not a, judgment. This is not to create any type of guilt. This is just an opportunity for awareness, really power. So, whether and here's the thing: even if you chose that there was something that you wanted to quote unquote work on, now that you're in this awareness and you have this choice, this is not even about fixing everything. All that does is create more overwhelm. This is not about becoming someone new overnight. This is just an opportunity for small, intentional shifts for the sake of what you choose to nurture. This is just us being aware that no matter what, the water is always flowing. And now we're aware that we can water what we want to grow. That's really what this is about. Isn't that powerful? Somebody put some claps in the chat. Somebody put some hand claps in the chat that this is so powerful that you can choose to water what you want to grow. You can choose to water what you want to grow. Do you want to grow negative thoughts of shortcomings and missed opportunities? And do you want to grow what shoulda, woulda, coulda? Do you want to grow the past that is far beyond us, you? Do you want to grow blaming somebody for something that you didn't get, don't have, that belonged to you? And now this is where things are. Do you want to grow that? Do you want to grow unforgiveness? Do you want to grow frustration, bitterness, anger, resentment? Hmm, just a question. Or do you want to grow peace? You want to grow laughter. You want to grow fun. You want to grow health. You want to grow wealth. You want to grow excitement. You want to grow curiosity. You want to grow exploration. You want to grow new opportunities, new experiences, new relationships, new partnerships, new roles, new conditions, new environment. It's the same energy, just put in a different direction, put in a different place. You don't have to manufacture new energy. Take it from one place and put it in another. Just get intentional about what you choose to nurture. You don't have to control everything. Just become aware of what you're feeding. Yes, just become aware of what you're watering. So let's just sit with that for a moment. Now I'm going to ask you to ink it if you can. What have I been watering that I don't actually want to grow? I don't want no more of that. Mm-mm. I'm sick of that. Tired of that. I'm over that. What are those things? Something should pop into mind. I have this saying that I actually acquired when I was coaching with one of my mentors and amazing coach, Allison Bird. And Allison has been a gift in my life as a coach, as a mentor, um, I guess as a friend of sorts. And one of the things that the sayings that we would say is more of this, more of this. So another colleague and I, whenever something the energy is flowing exactly where we feel it the most and feel it, it just feels so right and it feels so aligned and it feels so good. And we just say simply this statement, more of this, more of this. So with that in mind, what is one area of your life that does deserve more of your energy? So ask yourself, what is one area of my life that deserves more of my energy? The good stuff. More of this, more of this, more of this. If something is coming up, write it down. You don't have to know it all in the moment. Just write down one word, two words, a phrase. If you want to, if you feel so inclined, you can even drop that word or that phrase in the chat. Drop it in there, drop it in there, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. If anybody's feeling so inclined, if you want to come off of mute and you actually want to share, feel free to share. We're tracking, we're tracking. What is one area of my life that deserves, it does deserve more of my energy? It's the area that you
My
want to,
physical health.
your physical health. Yes, physical health. Just simply more energy there, more intention, more excitement, more enthusiasm, joy. Remember, we were calling in joy? That's it. That's it. I love it. I love it. So, listen, we're going to keep this really, really simple. Not a full life overhaul, just one shift. Where can you do that in your health? One thing that just excites you, that you want to say more of this in your health. Maybe some of you in your relationships. Maybe some of you in your career. Maybe some of you in your home, in your marriage, as a parent. maybe in your personal appearance. Places that you used to care about, you gave that energy to something else and let yourself go. How can you borrow some of that energy and put it back into your own well being? More of this. So this week, I'm giving us a mantra as an offering. It's an offering to you. It's not a mandate. It's not homework. It's not a requirement. I'm offering you this to be in community with me. What I'm offering to you, I'm watering in my own life. This week, write this down if you can. This week, I will intentionally water blank. This week, I will intentionally water blank. For some of us, that may be I may intentionally water my rest. I may intentionally water my peace. Maybe about someone saying, I will intentionally water my focus. Here's an opportunity to intentionally water my health, intentionally water my joy, intentionally water my boundaries. What will you intentionally water? Because here's the thing, with awareness comes choice. And we know that whatever we water is what grows. Where energy goes, energy grows. There's so much power in that. Oh my gosh, there's so much power in that. Because now here's the thing, I choose to nurture what truly matters to me. Get that. I choose to nourish what truly matters to me, not what doesn't matter, not what's been bringing me down, not what gets on my nerves. So I feel like I have to give more attention to that because that's what is screaming the loudest. No, it's the opposite. Nourish what truly matters. So this week, here we are out there in the world this week. I choose to nourish what truly matters to me. That's where we're giving our energy. That's where we're watering. Let that sit. So here's the thing, take this into your week, not with pressure, but with awareness. Just notice what you're watering daily and make a choice of what you will nurture and nourish. That's an offering, not a requirement. It's an offering. And if something does shift for you, will you write it down? Will you remember it? Will you put it in your phone? Will you voice it to yourself? Will you please? Because I want you to come back and tell me next Monday what came up for you. I even encourage you. Last week, I suggested that you go back and listen to the replay. Well, there was one small problem. I didn't record it. So I thought about re recording it, but I don't know if I can remember everything that I said exactly the way I say it because I'm in a flow, y'all. I'm in a flow. So oh, you ever said something and then somebody says, "No, say that again. I'm gonna say it just like that." And I'm like, "Girl, I can't say it again just like that because it was flowing off the dome. It was flowing." Oh my goodness. Speaking of you flowing off the dome, it just reminds me usually whenever I'm doing speaking engagements or television or something, I'm so much better if I'm just off the dome. I have my thoughts and have my points and things like that. But and on that note, I'm saying that for a reason. Stay with me, y'all. I'm going somewhere. Is that if you didn't get a chance to, I did a segment last week on the Portia Show. Well, it aired last Thursday on the Portia Show. It's a short segment, but it's a segment nonetheless on a national platform. So if you get a chance to look up the Portia Show, it aired on Thursday. Give it some love. Give it some love. Give some shout outs. Give some words. If you got some good words for Dr. Jada, if you got some good stuff, you can comment all of that stuff, into somebody it matters. But yeah, so anywho, I don't know how I got to that. But I want you to really take notes and bring that stuff back to us. Bring it back. I really want to I want to know. I want to hear about it. I want to see what's moving and shaking for you. Thank you. Thank you, Casey. Said great job. Thank you. Thank you. So, two things as we are wrapped up. Does anybody feel inclined to share anything? We got a couple minutes. I was, intentional about being brief today. So, because this is, hey, it's reflective enough. It doesn't take a whole lot. I don't think so.